So, every once in a while, you get to be audacious with Ayesha, and today that audacious guest is Chris Champion himself. Chris, how are you?
Awesome. Great intro. Love it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. So, Chris, I want to start a bit by talking about your early life. So, tell me, before Champion AI was there, before you were Chris Champion, who was Chris? How did his early life look like? What got you here? So, let's start from that.
So I grew up in Chicago, and I grew up with my grandmother who raised me, and I grew up
Mhm.
in the poor part of Chicago. And I learned very early on that anything that I wanted to have in life, I had to work for it. And my grandmother gave me a great work ethic. I got up early in the mornings. I went to school. I studied. But at the very least, I always rolled up my sleeves and got to work. From the age of 9 years old, I was working in a grocery store bagging groceries that people were going so I could make some money.
So, you didn't come from a lot of money.
No, came from no money.
Okay. So, before all of the systems and the businesses, you said you were at 9 years of age, you were, packing groceries. So, how were you able to transition from that sort of a position in life to where you are now?
I think at the end of the day, the one thing that school never teaches you, that life will
Mm.
teach you, is that anything that you want in life, anything, I don't care what it is, if you set your mind to it, if you get your mind right, you literally can get anything you want in life. You just have to literally set your mind to it. I can't give you, I can give you countless examples of where people have set their mind to things in life that others thought were impossible or hard to do, or even hard to achieve. And they achieve them because they get their mind focused on just that goal. And when you focus on one goal, when you focus on one thing right in front of you, there's nothing you can't achieve in life. Nothing.
So, what was that goal for you that made you come here?
I think at the end of the day, I've had a lot of goals along my journey. But when I focus on something, when I do something, I do it till I finish it. And in business, finishing it means achieving a certain level of success or selling a company and exiting. And people forget when you start a company, you have to begin with the process of exiting that company. You have to begin with the end in mind.
Okay, that's quite unique to hear. And how would you, I mean, I've heard you being described as an investor, an entrepreneur. So, what, if you were to introduce yourself to a completely new audience, what were the words that you would choose?
Entrepreneur. I look at things differently than most people. I like building things. In business, when it comes to business, I like building things. If a business needs capital, I like building it. What is it going to do with that capital to grow? And I like helping others. I like helping people, grow as individuals. And when you work inside of a business, the business is not a product, it's a people. There's a group of people that represent that company, and everybody in that company has to grow and get better.
Right, right. So, I mean, you're at a stage of life where many people probably do not understand the benefits of AI. They don't look into AI as much as they should. So you're not on the same level as them. You're 10 steps ahead because you made such a niche tool with Champion AI. I mean, who would have ever thought of making a podcast booking agent? Who would have ever thought that who nobody ever looked for the demand that people want to go on podcasts and share their stories, but you did. So what what was it that made you, you know, uh, detect that early demand and then, go towards executing that idea?
Well, you have to ask yourself when you look around in the business community and you look around every day and you follow, certain news items, where's the
Hmm.
money going? Right now, if you look, every country is building AI tech centers or power supplies to power up AI. So much money is going into AI right now by investors, countries, you name it. So that's where the money's going. You better
Mm-hmm.
learn as much as you can about AI because that's where all the money's going. These countries are not going to waste money. They're investing that money because they know that the future is AI. So when I started seeing that and I started looking at companies like OpenAI raise billions of dollars like that, like it was nothing, you have to say to
Mm-hmm.
yourself, wow, these investors aren't stupid. They're investing money today, hoping to get 10 times back in a year or two or three. And that's what we're seeing. And you got to follow the money. And if you follow the money in life, you'll do very well. So when I started seeing that, then I saw something else. I started realizing, well, wait a second. The 2024 election in America, you had two candidates, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. One
Yeah.
did 150 podcast interviews, the other did three. For the first time ever, the Republican candidate won the popular vote. Never happened before. Actually, I think it
Mm-hmm.
didn't happen in 50 years. It was a long time. The major difference between both candidates is one got on podcasts and told his story. The other one was afraid to talk. I
Hmm.
started realizing that podcasting is the best long format ad unit you can do for your personal brand, for your business, your company, your product, and your puppies.
So, how many podcasts have you been to?
So in the last year, I've been interviewed 248. This will be my 249th time.
Oh, well, that's a great number. I think you left the President of the United States behind.
I mean, I am beating
So,
Trump in one thing at least.
yeah. So, where do you think is the AI industry headed in the next 2 to 3 years, and what
I
is
don't even think
something
in the
that
next
you're
two to three
prepared?
years. I think in 2026, you're going to see AI grow at an exponential pace. When I say exponential, people think, oh, it's going to grow like this, slight upcline. It's going to grow like this. It's going to keep feeding itself information till AI becomes sentient. And when it becomes sentient, it becomes self-aware. It becomes not. It has the ability to think on its own. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
you give AI a certain set of commands, and it does something. Pretty soon, you're going to see AI do things without commands. Mind blowing, huh? You there, kiddo?
Yeah,
I thought I
yeah.
lost you there for
That
a second.
that indeed is how. Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Oh,
Did you hear
so
what I said?
what is? Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you properly. We had a little lag there. I think the AI kind of wanted to take that piece out of our conversation.
Yeah. Chris, in my observation, I think you're kind of a political person. You also like to see where things in the political realms are going. And I think as an entrepreneur, that's a very important factor that every entrepreneur should look at. So, would you really agree with that? Do you think that politics is important when you're developing these AI agents and anything AI related?
Well, we're all human beings on this planet, and our political leaders
Mm-hmm.
affect all of our lives. So we all have a voice, and we should use that voice
Yeah.
to tell our leaders what we want. Because some leaders are good and some leaders are bad. But all leaders need to listen to the people that they represent.
Trump supporter, maybe, or would you be, I don't know, maybe cheering for somebody else in 2026?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just a fun question. Are you a Donald Trump supporter? Do you think the government or government of the United States is it doing well? Do you think with the way that it's going, would it have a good impact on the economy or, entrepreneurs overall?
I think the United States, like many countries, is in trouble right now. And we've come out of the last 4 years in America where our country was literally destroyed. Our country is writing checks that it cannot cash. If you look at our national deficit, we're at $38 trillion in deficit. That means we've written checks to the tune of $38 trillion that we can't cash. Now, because it's a political situation and because we're a country, we're able to print money. But that's not good. And inherently, people have to understand you can't run a country like that. If you run a business and you write checks that you can't cash, eventually the business goes down.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in America. We have politicians that are economically illiterate and they are writing checks that we can't cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a problem many don't see, and I think with the way they're going, they're probably doomed to failure. So, I want to ask you a bit more about Champion AI. What if somebody who's new to it, who doesn't know what Champion AI does, how would you describe it to them? What products does it have? How can it help anybody who's a
We
content creator?
focus we focus on building AI agents for people, individuals that work for them. That's all we focus on, getting AI agents to work for people. If you don't get AI to work for you right now, you are going to fall way behind the people that do. And if you don't pay attention, AI will literally leave you in the dust.
Mhm. So, I'm an entrepreneur. Received I just got the membership for Champion AI from you. And what would be one of the first tasks that it would be doing to make my life easier?
Well, we both know now that if you get on podcast interviews, you can tell your story. And the more chances you have to tell your story, the more popular your brand becomes. And the more
Mhm.
popular your brand becomes, the more people seek you to give you money. It's literally called deal flow. And as you do more interviews and as you build your brand and your business, people are going to ask you questions. You're going to be considered an expert in a certain category. Let's say, for example, you do a ton of interviews talking about AI to people. Eventually, at the age of 19, you're going to be considered an expert at AI. People are going to come to you and say, hey, how can you get AI to work for me? And when they
Mhm.
start doing that, that's when life gets a lot easier for you.
Mm. That's great. That's great. I think many people who really want to expand their story, because I'm connecting with so many people of my age, of my generation, even coaches that I need some help from. And I see that there's so many capable people, but what they don't have is the means or the opportunities to, tell their story. So I think what you're doing with Champion AI is great, and more people need it. So, Chris, let's talk about a bit about.
My
So,
puppies,
sorry,
my puppies.
yeah, your puppies. Let's talk a bit about your puppies.
Well, I've been a dog lover my whole life. And
Mm-hmm.
through the hand of God, I've had four dogs come into my life that I absolutely love. In fact, I recently came across some AI tools where my dogs are now going to have their own podcast. It's going to be called Chopping It Up with the Squad. And the squad includes four dogs. One, Jesse James, big sexy. Two, Mamacita, her name's Elsa. Her daughter and her son. The daughter is Gracie, Booger, because she just loves eating my boogers. And Theo, I call him Little King. And have you ever seen those little AI generated podcasts where dogs are maybe on a podcast, talking? Or have you seen the
Yeah.
ones where there's like little babies talking?
Mm-hmm.
Those podcast clips are so entertaining that they get millions of views.
Yeah.
And the thing that you have to do as a podcast is you not only have to educate, but you have to entertain. You got to make people smile and laugh. Like as I'm talking to you right now about my squad doing a podcast, you're smiling
Mm-hmm.
because you know the squad. You've seen pictures of them, you've seen videos of them. Those video clips that I post on social media get more views than my podcast interviews. And I started realizing that people are more entertained by my squad than they are by me. Kind of like this interview that we're doing. I'm going to have my team take a clip 3 minutes or less clip from our interview, and they're going to
Mhm.
create an AI generated version of a baby version of you and a baby version of me. And we're going to take some of this content and turn it into a baby clip. And I watch how people will enjoy that clip both on your channel and on my channel.
Yeah, that's a great idea, I think. And so, were you always a dog person? I mean, what was the first time you decided to get a dog? Were you feeling very lonely, maybe, and then you decided to get a dog?
I had a dog since I was a little kid. My first dog was Sandy. I think it was like 7 years old. She was an Irish
Mm-hmm.
setter. I loved her dearly. I've had dogs all my life. I think God brings dogs into my life like angels, and they are here to watch over me as I watch over them.
Yeah, animals indeed are angels. So, Chris, what's maybe one thought that keeps returning to your mind nowadays that you maybe want to talk about?
I look at AI, as each one of us should, as a race to build something better of ourselves, literally get AI to work for ourselves. While I'm doing this interview with you right now, I have AI agents right now doing 40,000 man hours of work for me a day, every single day.
Mhm.
So I say to myself every single day, I'm in a race against time. I have to make today count. I have to literally find ways to get AI to work for me more every single day and help teach others how to get AI to work for them every single day, because I believe that we're going to find that AI is going to consume a lot of jobs that people are doing. And if you don't get
Mhm.
AI to work for you now, a year from now, you're going to be in a situation where you're falling way behind.
Mhm.
That's one of the things that keeps me energized,
Mhm.
along with
Yeah.
cashew peanuts, which I love.
What's one food that you love? If
Uh,
somebody wants to make you happy, what would they get you?
I love cashew peanuts. I don't know why, but I love them. I love pistachio peanuts too. And
Mhm.
if I had to guess, what's my favorite food item? I like breakfast. Like for me, breakfast is the best. Like I don't know if are you familiar with Belgian waffles?
Yeah, I think I am.
So I love Belgian waffles, but I also love pancakes. And I love making breakfast, like making eggs with vegetables and making an omelet well done and throwing some cheese on top of it and maybe some avocado or guacamole and some salsa. And then putting in, I need a bed of rice or some potatoes. I love breakfast.
Mhm. Yeah, that's same. I love breakfast too. I think breakfast is one of the most overlooked meal. You don't have lunch or even dinner the whole day. The question, which is for the future, for Champion AI, for yourself as an entrepreneur, do you look to expand Champion AI, or do
In 2026, we're going
you
to expand AI,
also
Champion AI into two
want
products.
to have other ventures that maybe nobody knows about yet? Or
So in 2026, we're going to release two products. The first product is Champion AI Companion, which is going to be a mobile app where you can literally talk to your mobile device and have it send out text messages for you, schedule things on your calendar. It'll literally be a companion, a digital companion with you at all times. The second one, I'm not going to release yet
okay,
because we're still working behind the scenes on it.
so you do have plans for certain something.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great.
I think 2026 is the
So
year that everyone should get AI to work for them. Like 2026 is an important year for a lot of people.
absolutely,
If AI is not working for you in
since of course,
2026,
like yeah, like you said, that AI is, now it's going to become more smarter in terms of, having emotions, the ability of decision making. So I think that's one thing that AI should really be. working for. So I think we're pretty much done here.
Sounds good. Great interview.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
So,
Ayesha.
okay, let's